Hey, what's happening, guys? This is my quick review of my Redcat Racing Blackout XBE Pro. Uh, it's kind of a truggy crossover. They have the XTE. This is the XBE. There's a couple different versions of it. A few things are different. There's a lot of things that are the same. This one, of course, first off, has a huge roll cage on it. The other one is just your regular 4-point, 4 pins, pull the body off. This one's got a little bit more to it. I'll get into that here in just a few. This thing rocks. This little car has impressed me over and over and over again. Um, they say 40 miles an hour out of the box. I say 40, 45. Whatever it is, it's too fast for me to handle. It hauls. In order for me to go that fast, I need to tighten up some things on it, or just get to be a better driver, one or the other. I mean, I'm not that bad of a driver. I can rip around with it, but when you pin it, even doing 35, it's nuts. You can't. Everything happens so dang fast. It's insane. Um, I've had it now for 3 weeks. The first 4 days that I got it, I was jumping it. Came down front hard. This was a front tire. Came down front hard, nosed into a rock, the only rock in my yard, go figure. Broke a rim. Didn't break anything else. All of the control arms, everything else that is up in there was A-OK. No problems there except busted the hub out of the rim. Hub was fine, internal hub was fine, just the rim broke. It's out of balance now. JB welded it about 3 times. It snapped off, so I got new tires, bigger tires coming. We'll let you know how those turn out. Things tough as nails. I flipped it over, hauling, and chipped the back of it. Not a big deal. This thing shrugged it off like it wasn't even there. Very cool setup to this, like I was talking about. The framework here has a little dude sitting on the inside, but this thing is Lexan and it covers up your ESC underneath. Pretty cool. This whole body is on a hinge system right back here, which is really nice because it unlocks with one pin. There's a pin that is right in here, and then it locks in right down here into these body pins, which those just pull apart and locks in. Very cool. Anyway, pulling it open here. Opening this thing up, one of the things that I have noticed about it is back here, there's nothing to support it on the inside. It can flip all the way back and press right up against your shocks. Kind of a design flaw in my mind, but Redcat has said it's okay. I've seen in several videos where guys are just flopping it over on the shocks. I prefer not to do that. If I can, I'll hold it up against something right now. I've got it, my multi-use lamp here. Anyway, holding that up, now you can see that entire framework. And this is actually a cup in here, which covers up your motor. Your battery is covered. It just runs through the holes. Everything else in here is covered. Your receiver is covered. Your ESC is covered for the most part. Your motor is open. Not a big deal. It gets warm enough. It melts the snow off. I just ran this thing about 35 minutes on my 3200 20C 3S or 2S lipo, and no problem. I was trying to more crawler style it, and it worked great. I loved it. I was climbing snowbanks on the side of the road, and it worked just fine. Everything's waterproof in it. The ESC is waterproof. I did a little modifying on that. Just put little black tape over it, any orifice that was on it, including the servo hole on the side, just covered it up, but it doesn't make up for that gaping hole, which is right there. That gets filled up, the thing fills up with water, everything gets wet on the inside anyway, so really, give or take, having it covered up might be a benefit, might be a downfall. However you look at it, I don't mind it. Shocks, everything on this is pretty much plastic. You have this rigid box, extremely strong. Your battery box actually is just on a hinge pin. It opens up. I mean, how simple is that? It's, you might have limitations, but I've seen these things run off of 50C batteries, and I can't imagine what that would be like. I'm running a 20C, and it's nuts. If you were to run any more than like a 40C, I cannot even imagine trying to handle it. Um, Maybe I'm just that much of an amateur, but I don't know. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna be getting some. Like I said, new tires. I think I'm gonna go with a smaller pinion on this entire thing. It's kind of hard to get into your entire drivetrain back here, but it's not that big of a deal. With any Redcat, check your fasteners. Any vehicle, check your fasteners. The only one that I found was a stripped out head on my motor mount. Not a big deal. My gear mesh will straighten out as time goes. I thought it was a little bit tight, but I'm new to this. What do I know? I just wanted to open it up and mess around with it anyway. Um, Very cool. Your front and rear setups are completely universal. They interchange back and forth 100%. Very cool. I was running this thing the first day. Didn't set my controller. Ran it full bore into a sidewalk, and this piece cracked. That's it. Just a little bit right there, and it broke. But the bottom piece down across here, fine. Just blew my mind. This thing is worth every penny. I would recommend it to anybody, everyone, and for 210 bucks, it is a heck of a way to get into RC cars. I mean, it's amazing. This car has blown my mind away. I drove a Traxxas Slash. Was the first RC vehicle that I'd ever driven. This thing matches that pound for pound. Would put it up against any one of them. Anyway, love this car. Hopefully this kind of gave you some information on it. And like I said, go for it. If you're thinking about buying one of these, don't hesitate for a second. Like I said, parts are 100% interchangeable, so it's probably one of the cheapest Redcats that you can run. Go for it. Enjoy, and hopefully I'll have more videos when I get more stuff done to it. Thanks.